As one reporter put it today, the U.S. Supreme Court has driven a stake through the heart of the most important civil rights law ever enacted, the Voting Rights Act. It was created because of a history of discrimination in certain states. Today, the court said our country has changed since then. The court was divided over it, and while it doesn't end voting rights enforcement in this country, it fired up opponents from the president to the attorney general to civil rights groups. While it does allow Congress to bring it back if there's the political will. It's where we begin tonight with our justice correspondent, Pete Williams, at the court. Pete, good evening.
Brian, good evening. The court's conservatives today followed through on a threat they made 4 years ago to strike at the heart of the Voting Rights Act unless Congress updated it. Congress did nothing, and today the court left that key part of the law all but dead. The ruling deals a crippling and potentially fatal blow to the law signed by President Johnson in 1965, a response to widespread efforts in the South to prevent blacks from voting.
We're marching today to dramatize to the nation.
Civil rights veteran John Lewis, now a Georgia congressman, watched as the law was signed.
Without the Voting Rights Act of 1965, there would be no Barack Obama as President of the United States of America. We've come too far, made too much progress to go back.
This decision represents a serious setback for voting rights and has the potential to negatively affect millions of Americans across the country.
In a 5-4 ruling, the court's conservatives said the areas covered by the Voting Rights Act have changed, but the law has not kept up. The act requires states with a history of voter discrimination to get permission from the federal government before changing how they conduct elections. The court left that part intact, but it struck down the map, the coverage formula of where that requirement applies. That's all of 9 mostly southern states and parts of 6 others. Chief Justice John Roberts said the map is based on decades-old data and eradicated practices. In 5 of the covered southern states, he said, African Americans have a higher voter turnout percentage than whites. Opponents of the law, who helped Shelby County, Alabama, challenge it, hailed the ruling.
We've just elected a black president of the Shelby County Board of Education over a white incumbent in a countywide election.
African Americans are an integral part of Southern political life, and that's a good thing, and that's never going to change.
But writing for the court's 4 dissenters, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said gutting the law that has helped end voter discrimination is like throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm because you are not getting wet. Civil rights groups vowed to rally the same kind of action from Congress they got 48 years ago.
The reality is the only way Congress will act is if we call, if we march, if we pressure, if we make clear that we do not intend to go backwards on voting.
One state, Texas, responded immediately, saying it would start enforcing one of the nation's strictest voter ID laws, something the federal government tried to stop. And it may also redraw its congressional and legislative districts now that it's no longer covered by the key part of the Voting Rights Act. Tomorrow, the term ends with the final decisions, including on those 2 blockbuster cases on same-sex marriage.
Brian, Pete Williams at the court for us tonight.